So this is what I'm getting as information, and I know it's crazy, it's whatever, I've got no proof, but to me it's what I see, so I'm gonna say it. And I've said it, but I said it the wrong way. I mistakenly said that it's the wealthy are stunting the ascension of mankind. It's not the ascension of mankind. What it is, they're stunting the ascension of souls coming into this reality that should be working through their karma and connecting with the planet as everything else around us does. But instead, they're forced into a system that then supports a wealthy class that needs poverty and will never eliminate poverty, make us go out and donate money to poverty, and then maybe they help with poverty here and there, but they don't want to eliminate poverty, because without poverty, wealth doesn't exist. So to them, keeping the 7 billion poor, not knowing. How do I know this about heaven and hell? Doesn't make sense. Just poof and going into the energy, it doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is this is a sort of learning, right? Like we go from 2nd grade to 3rd grade. We do these things that allow us to learn and grow, and that's the karma, understanding both sides of something. It's releasing that karma, understanding what it is to be both the abuser and the person being abused. If you're an abuser and you abuse all your life, you realize that, oh my God, I abused people all my life. And the next lifetime, you come back as someone being abused. And then abuse, and you don't understand. The next time, back and forth, you become these things that never settle because you don't understand both sides. Because if you did understand both sides, you then work on another piece of karma until, just like a child going into 2nd grade, you learn what you can, and you go into 3rd grade, right? So we as a civilization is stuck in 2nd grade, but as a civilization itself, it doesn't support that child coming in, because it makes that child something that it can profit off of, put a price tag on, and then charge for an existence. That in itself takes that child away from the things that it needs to do and feel and understand. So our species in general hasn't ascended or hasn't evolved to the level that we are bringing souls in, having them understand what their purpose is, and then letting them go. Helping them instead of profiting from. And that's exactly what slavery is. Right? It's like, slavery is like, oh, we got this person from this island, and we were able to take them and make money off them, and bring him over here and make him into something that we can make money. He's because that's his purpose in life. So you're saying that person is going to live this lifetime and then go to heaven or hell? This is what God had in plans for all his children, to be 7 billion poor. All have to live that poor life as they watch those billionaires live their life, and then at the end of that life they go to heaven. Now, the Buddhist and the Hindu believe in reincarnation, and to what extent the entire like race or that follow that religion believe in reincarnation to that point, I don't know. I don't think so, because if there's money involved in our civilization, it stunts that ability for that child. And what happens then? They reincarnate back as that same. That's what I was saying. That there was 1 million of us, and now there's 7 billion of us. Why is there 7 billion poor? And 750 million middle class, and then a couple of thousand rich people that control it all. Why is that? Because they are controlling that pyramid, and they're controlling the information that they're fed. And I'm not saying I'm right about this. And every religion that's ever presented to me could be completely right or wrong. I don't know. But unless you have figured out how to beat death, right? I don't care what you tell me God told you, and I don't care what the book says that God told you, and you base this whole religion that God told you. This is what God told me. And I'm not writing no books. I'm not trying to sell anybody nothing. I'm making videos because it's coming through me. And when it comes through me like this, but so always happens about every 11 years, when it comes through me like this, see, last time this happened, I had Occupy Wall Street, but I had nowhere else to express because I wasn't doing videos. I didn't think of myself doing this kind of stuff. Now I'm putting it on videos and I'm putting it out there. It's like, if I'm wrong with anything I say, it's not that I'm wrong about the things that I'm saying. It's that anything that attacks money is then attacked itself. Because if you attack the thing that controls every aspect of our existence, eventually it will find you and just like, hey, you're trying to get rid of me, so I'm going to get rid of you first. And that's what money does, right? And that's what the wealth class does, right? That's what we do to each other as human beings and create that poverty just to support the wealth and then keep that poverty poor and not wanting to really understand. So am I right about this these billionaires learning how to like take souls and instead of teaching them what they need to teach, breaking them down and make them not understand karma and then reincarnate back and forth as the same thing? Do I think that 7 billion poor eventually will reincarnate to be middle class and then wealth? No, of course not. Those structures are made for slavery. And that's what our civilization is based on. That's why I don't really trust anything in our civilization. Once you come to this awareness, it's kind of like everything you see around you that's wrong, it becomes so big that you're like, well, I am not. I'm not from this planet. Because if I was, it would be sometime in the future when you think that it's 100 years from now that we're going to evolve to a point that we're going to be able to provide each child born in this existence a free existence and then give that child the ability to understand what it is. Right? You notice that the wealth class was also the royalty, it's like, kings and queens, and they always had their offspring, and then their offspring had to marry a cousin, second cousins in the bloodline to keep that bloodline there. Well, that's the same thing the wealth class does. Right? They keep that bloodline there to dominate the entire structure, which is 750 million middle class. That's standing on top of 7 billion poor. And the only reason that they're poor, the only reason that we're not sharing everything just like the birds do and everything around us does for free, is because those billionaires tell us how to compete, to profit from each other, and to make all that money so that we can become like them. That is that's what God told me those wealthy people are doing to his souls. And that's why these other dimensions that are looking for where those souls go, they're stuck in that place, I don't know. They're going to make it out of it. I don't know. We sent people down, and what happens is they stick them in mental institutions or they crucify them. And, I don't know, end up coming back going like, what the fuck are they thinking about down there? What did they